In a stunning escalation of tensions, U.S. military forces launched a large-scale airstrike on targets in and around Caracas early this morning, resulting in the capture of Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro and his wife Celia Flores. President Donald Trump announced the operation's success, stating that the couple has been flown out of Venezuela and is en route to New York to face U.S. charges related to narco-terrorism and drug trafficking. Explosions rocked the Venezuelan capital shortly after midnight local time, with reports of fires and damage at key military sites, including Fuerte Tuna, the country's largest military complex, and La Carlota Air Base. Smoke was also seen rising from the port of La Guaira. Venezuelan officials reported casualties among civilians and military personnel, though exact numbers remain unconfirmed. U.S. officials reported no American fatalities, but acknowledged some injuries. Trump described the raid as a highly successful mission, targeting what he called a heavily fortified military fortress. In a press conference from Mar-a-Lago, he stated that the U.S. would temporarily run Venezuela to ensure a safe transition of power, and pledged strong American involvement in the country's oil sector, inviting major U.S. companies to invest billions in rebuilding infrastructure. The operation marks the climax of months of mounting pressure under Operation Southern Spear, which began with a U.S. military buildup in the Caribbean in August 2025. Since September, American forces have conducted dozens of strikes on vessels accused of drug smuggling, killing over 100 people, and imposed a naval quarantine by seizing oil tankers. The Trump administration has accused Maduro of leading the Cartel de los Soles, designated a foreign terrorist organization, and flooding the U.S. with cocaine. Venezuela's government condemned the strikes as grave military aggression and a violation of sovereignty, declaring a national state of emergency. Vice President Delcy Rodriguez demanded proof of life from Maduro and Flores. Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino Lopez vowed resistance, calling it the greatest outrage in the country's history. International reactions poured in swiftly. Russia and Iran denounced the action as aggression, with Moscow reaffirming solidarity with Venezuela. China expressed concern over violations of sovereignty. The UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres called the developments a dangerous precedent. Leaders in Latin America, including Colombia's Gustavo Petro and Chile's Gabriel Boric, urged de-escalation and respect for international law. Opposition figure Maria Corina Machado, the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize laureate living in exile, has not yet commented publicly, though some opposition voices have welcomed the removal of Maduro following disputed 2024 elections. No formal declaration of war was issued by Congress, prompting questions about the operation's legal basis. Some U.S. lawmakers, including Republican Senate Mike Lee, sought clarification on constitutional authority, while others praised it as justified under executive powers to combat terrorism. As Maduro faces indictment in the U.S., the future of Venezuela remains uncertain, with Trump emphasizing a quick transition while retaining all military options for further action.